Hey folks, welcome back. I wanted to have a quick chat about counting on fingers. This would also fall under very basic preliminary counting to develop some number sense with your child. And I just wanted to show you some of the considerations that go into the way we model finger counting in my class. So my strong recommendation for counting on your fingers is that number one be your index finger, then number two, sort of like the peace sign, then three, four, and then thumb last. I have seen some variations, and I think that some of the variations have some good justification in them. But let me tell you why I choose the finger representation that I do. When you use the index finger for number one, it really goes along with many other contexts in which they will hear one. So if somebody is trying to tell one of the children to be patient, they need to wait, and they want to show them like, wait a second, or wait 1 minute. And they go like this, wait. They really mean wait 1 minute. And so we use, in US culture, we use this index finger for one regularly to mean, to represent one. We use the index finger. So I like that. Then from there, it's really a matter of, it's a couple things. So we want to continue just to expand from there, for one thing, in sort of a linear sense. So 2, 3, 4. But the reason I saved the thumb for last also is that in the 4-year-old pre-K year, sometimes the digits, they don't have full, in the fine motor skills, they don't have independent skill yet. They don't have independent operation. And so there's a tendency when they say, for example, when they go for two, the third finger starts to try to pop up. And so one of the things that I think is helpful, I've found, is to use that thumb to hold the other fingers down. So for one, the thumb is across the other three fingers. For two, it's really helping to hold that third finger down. And so on. When they go to show three, they can shift that thumb over to the pinky and keep that down as well. So it really helps them to visually accurately demonstrate the quantity they're thinking of by controlling the fingers that need to remain down so that those other fingers aren't sort of halfway up or something like that. And then so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I would continue on to the next hand, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I find it's very important when you're starting with the 6 and continuing through to 10 that you keep these fingers close to the first hand so that visually the children understand that we're keeping the 5, but we're adding to it with the additional digits until we get to 10. A couple things that it's also important to emphasize if you see a child who's doing, or children who are doing mirroring, so they're saying 1, 2, we want to make sure that doesn't happen. We need to take that away and make sure they understand this is 1, and that if they were to do this would not be 1, it would be 1, 2. So that's inaccurate. It is another way to make 2, but it's not a way to show 1, and this is not a way to show 2. This is 4. And so we need that because if you build on representing with fingers, quantities with fingers, and at some point in the classroom, the child may be asked, oh, what's another way? So this is 3, but what's another way to show 3? Well, you could show 3 by, so when we do beginning addition, subtraction, algebra, that sort of thing, oh, well, you could also show a 2 here and 1 over here. That's also 3, sure. But if your child has learned to mirror count, 1, 2, 3, then you're really not accurately teaching. Each finger needs to represent its individual quantity or amount. So this is not 3, this is 6. So we want to make sure they're only counting on 1. Other hand goes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until they get to 5. Then the other hand comes up, and the first hand needs to stay there. The first hand doesn't go away. This is not 6. This is 6. So giving fidelity to what the quantity actually is really going to help them expand into further finger counting and finger quantity questions and equations, but it also is essential to provide a strong foundation of number sense when then going to use other objects to count or exercising numeracy in other areas. So important to do it correctly do it right from the start, and give it fidelity. Hope that's helpful. Please feel free to reach out if you have questions, and I'll do my best to get an answer to you for any clarifications you need. Have a great day.